And welcome back to the 2023 High School National Championship here in Portland, Oregon at the Multnomah Athletic Club. This is the Boys Fours Gold Final, Saturday night final for you guys. SW in the white versus Kirkwood in the red.
Cody Elkins here with Rory Limp.
Yeah. Cody, you just played in a match. What did you think about this court that they're playing on right now?
I mean, it's brutal. It's fun from the outside to watch, but on the court, that wall is nasty. Put it that way. Like, you lose the ball in this court a lot more than you should.
Especially because we're playing with the Pro-Pen green ball here. It's just
the wall's like almost that color.
It's green tinted.
It's like camouflage.
Yeah, you have a little green bit also up on the top mezzanine that you can kind of see in that upper left-hand corner. So if it's up there, you kind of lose it too. So
yeah, it was an adventure, but you know, I fell flat today. But this isn't Junior Olympics, so just gotta get back to work. I have 3 months to fix things. DJ played great, showed up flat, but it happens. So props to him. Finals gonna be fun to watch tomorrow.
Yeah,
I just have to get back to work.
These two have probably played each other a lot throughout the year because they're both from St. Louis, Missouri. So interested to see how well they know each other and what they do, if any adaptations they may make to because they know each other so well.
That's a nice shot. I'm shocked this is fours. Maybe that's serve.
We have a lefty for the SW kid, so I'm interested to see how he'll try and use this glass wall to his advantage, because hitting straight in lobs on that serve, if you can wallpaper them well, can work out really well in your favor.
Both their forehands that look pretty good.
Both the
from
forehands.
What I've seen.
He tried to shoot that a little bit too early. I think if he just goes back and let the ball drop, I think he'll be a lot more successful in that shot. I'm interested to see the left. I am interested if the lefty is hitting mix to start out this match, considering the glass. I think it might be more advantageous to hit.
Share my name. Stevenson.
It would be more advantageous for him to hit straight ends on that glass and see how his opponent reacts.
See right there, he got bailed out, but see that missed serve. Good player is gonna rock that down the line. You miss it like that.
That's a strained serve and a long serve there.
A couple times in the match I repped earlier, I kind of missed. I think like, am I calling a long? Am I calling a screen? You know,
long's easier to call because it's not a judgment call. Ooh, good line there. Ooh.
He rushed that. He let it come off.
That was going to come off the back wall, and because of where the ball is, I think he could have trapped Charlie in the corner, have a really easy pinch put away there.
Oh, good serve.
That's a really good serve there to the lefty, especially with
mixing
that back
it up. I like it.
Good shot. Good get there, too.
Oh, skips that. Left that off the sidewall, but he got
bailed out there on that skip.
It's interesting to see like the guys serve, and you see a lot of these guys like this keeps coming off the wall. That's risky.
Yeah,
he's gotta kind of dial that in more. It's kind of loose.
I know as a lefty, when I hit that sidewall, I'm just prepared to die as that ball comes into my back.
Oh,
also loose serve there in that corner.
Good shot.
And then punished aptly by Charles there.
Well, it's funny, the guy in the front kind of looks like a kid at my high school I'm friends with. Kind of has a similar like facial.
Yeah.
From the side, he looks quite similar.
There was a
friend of mine.
That serve coming off the sidewall there was finally punished there by Charlie.
Good Z.
Really good Z, and it kind of mixed up.
Oh, set up. Oh, good get.
Ooh, interesting around the world there to kind of reset.
Oh, wow.
Good shot there. He let it drop really low, and then even though he didn't hit the cleanest one,
he kind of framed it, but because of the,
because he let it drop so low, he was able to get a good shot out of it, even though the line wasn't as clean. bit loose there, and there was good patience by Charles. He just missed the punish there.
Oh, good ceiling ball.
Should be a setup here.
Oh,
right idea.
Skip.
That was the right idea by Charles, the right shot, but I think he tried to shoot it too low for what he needed out of that shot, because Charlie was stuck in the back corner, and I think you can leave that up a little bit, but he won't be able to get it.
I did a lot of that in the last match.
But DJ gets a lot, so it kind of gets in your head about like, oh, I got to put this down.
I don't know. I don't think it was. I just think I came, like, I know how DJ's gonna play. He's smart. He's gonna hit ceiling ball, but I just felt like I was shooting good to start this tournament, so I was confident that I would be able to get balls by him and execute. But I didn't do that today, so I had to play a little smarter and kind of like more ceiling balls. I didn't really do that. I just kind of kept shooting. So, but
yeah.
his game plan. I mean, he's seen me play before. His game plan was really good.
Good touch, great get. Ooh. Two bounces there called by the ref. He was in front of me, but it looked to me like he got that.
Yeah,
but I couldn't see it entirely.
When you ref, do you usually like if you don't see it, do you normally let it go?
If I can't see it, it's good until someone, and unless they get. If I don't see it, I have to assume it's good.
Yeah.
Unless the guy that hit the shot was like, no, that skipped, or no, that was two bounces.
I think a lot of times guys, like earlier when I ref Herrera, he was honest about one. But I think a lot of times people ref and they're kind of inconsistent and they don't see the ball, but they say, oh, it was good, you know, and then it can be a little bit annoying when you have a referee who doesn't really stay consistent.
Yes, I can agree with that, and I ref a lot, and I try to make sure I stay consistent. And one of the big things with that too is, if you don't see it, you just have to assume it's good, and you just have to let the players know that that's how you're doing it. Especially because that's stayed in.
I thought I was going to get hit by that ball. It went so high.
Here the ref is repping from the upper right corner, up high, so it's really hard to see those skips and two bounces because they're not down here. And we will be that is a timeout, so we will be back to you after these commercials. We are back at the 2023 High School Nationals. I liked that timeout by Charlie to try and reset the
good serve.
Really good Z to come out of that timeout and see if he can end it.
He skipped that one. I couldn't see it.
He skipped it right off his racket. That's one where, when you get a good serve like that, you really feel like you need to put that down because you need to reward yourself for the serve
good serve. Yeah,
and the bad
that can
return.
Happen sometimes.
A really good line. I liked how he took a little bit of pace off of that to get that line really well, but he put just enough pace on it that it was by Charlie by the time that the ball was there.
The thing I noticed, like I mean, these are really good players, of course. They're in the championship for the Force, but I just think the consistency aspect, like when I watch these guys play, they're both very good, but they just don't have the consistency to always hit the shots, and they don't know when to hit them sometimes. It kind of seems like that's another good shot, but it just seems like, or they take a reverse pinch in the middle of the court when the guy's right in front of them. So it's just the shot selection sometimes. Like, I think that's what separates these guys and like the higher level. That's another good serve.
Yeah.
You see, they're very talented, these guys.
I agree with you a lot on that, where if you're looking at this and you think you're about at this level and you're wondering what is a major difference between these guys and the ones that are playing in the ones finals and the ones semifinals, is just how smart the shots they take and just how consistently low and hard they could hit the shots with both sides. Because one thing that you could see a lot with these players too is they really favor their forehands to put away rallies.
Yeah.
Ooh, great diving.
Shot.
That's a great kill right there on the dive.
Greg came to play today.
You love to see that.
Damn. Looks like me out there.
The little dolphin dive there. But
Look
especially,
at those boys' knees. They're a little red today.
I think especially backhand side is one of the biggest separators between what makes like a really championship caliber 4 and a championship caliber 1 is just
Yeah,
that,
like it's
that
just left
backhand
up.
just,
Yeah.
that backhand just has to be put away.
I mean, smart. Gray's obviously a smart player.
Yeah, he's shooting really clean lines here right now. There are some times where he's taking ill-advised shot, or he might be taking the right shot, but he has the wrong mentality while taking it, which is also a different thing, where he's like, oh, I have to roll this pinch out, even though a pinch that just is 2 bounces before the right wall would suffice in that situation because he's boxed out his opponent. The other biggest...
But I will say, like, I'm impressed. Watch, like, these guys, there's guys in the ones who I don't think would beat these two players. Like
that was a very good backhand kill there.
I watched a couple one guys play. These guys are pretty legit.
I agree.
Oh.
That's a big,
just
that's a big difference.
Footwork.
And you just can't miss those. Those
easy
feel
points.
bad to
Even
miss.
if you miss it a little bit, you can't kind of roll that out every time.
But now you just have to mentally tell yourself that it's okay and then adjust from there. Also a big separator, I think, is footwork, because like they have footwork, but they're just a little bit late on the step almost. If you're watching.
The really interesting thing about
Who could get there?
This gray guy. You look at his shirt. I don't know if that's a monkey or a baby on his shirt.
It's a monkey.
It's a monkey.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting choice they made. Yeah. So it was a little questionable when I looked at first.
Yeah. On that last shot there, I really liked Charles' mentality to go cut that ball, but then he just, by the time he got there, he freaked out because the ball wasn't quite where he thought he wanted, and just tried to hit something that he had no need to hit.
And again, like, for example, that ceiling ball, kind of a little loose. That's a big difference, you know. And a thing, if you watch me and DJ play, DJ's ceiling ball was great. We both played in
That'll be a replay because the ball bounced.
We both played in a pro stop recently, the same pro stop, but the black ball and the green ball is a big different separator. So you see, these guys probably only played the green for months leading up to this. 2 weeks ago, I was hitting with a black ball, and the change, that's a tough thing, I think, for a lot of players, is when you go to play a pro stop, you're playing with the black gearbox, and the green ball is a lot faster.
A lot. Like, the black ball almost feels like you're playing in molasses compared to what the green ball is doing, especially because this show court here at Multnomah might be one of the fastest panel courts that I've ever played at.
It's
at
fast.
Altitude. Because, like, that was a great rally. That was a very good rally.
Just
great guess.
got stuck with his feet a bit.
But as I was saying, when you see a panel court in glass, you really think, oh, this is going to be a pretty slow court because panels tend to be slower. But this court plays abhorrently fast for being panel. It almost plays like some concrete courts I'm around in Oregon, which is wild to get used to. And that
Like, look at that. Like, you see the ball just flies off the back wall.
Ooh, that ball skipped, I think.
Good call.
And the ref sticks with his call. I like to see it.
Charlie looks a little bit flustered there. He kind of just has to refocus.
I think that would be a great time to take a timeout because we're pissed about a call. He's still got timeouts left. It's a close match. I think that would not be a terrible...
Oh, good get by Charles.
Yeah, good get.
Seeing like right there, if I'm Charles, I think he had to move up a little bit more. Like he didn't, his positioning.
The one thing
it's just the little things. The little things make a huge difference.
Well, and like another little thing, you heard DJ complained about it at one point during his match against you, where he left his feet there on a shot where I don't think he had to leave his feet to be able to hit the shot he wanted to hit. And even though it worked out for him in that case, I think it is more beneficial to try and stay on your feet even on a get, because you can adjust way quicker than if you go to your knees.
Yeah. I think he got there a little too quick. I remember that shot.
Yeah. And I think the same thing happened to Charles, where he thought he was going to have to dive, and then he didn't.
But I will say, like...
you could get there, but let's see what he... Ooh. I think that's the ball you have to shoot. You have to move a little bit more.
Oh, good. That was
that's
good
a
ceiling
really
ball.
great ceiling ball into that corner, too. You just played on this corner. You know how tough that corner is to deal with.
Yeah, it's brutal. But you notice, and also, like, me and DJ, we're both good competitors, but like, the sportsmanship's good. You know, because not every guy here is honest. Like, you know, when he's there, I made sure he's okay. Like, there is that aspect to it as well. You know, you you don't want to be remembered as one of those guys who just cheats.
Yeah.
You know,
want to honor each other when you make a good shot. Just give them a little applaud on the racket, a little tap of the racket. Like, hey man, that's a great shot. One thing you can do if they hit a really dumb shot and they roll it out, doing that can reinforce them to keep trying to hit that shot that you don't think could hit. Now we see Charlie using that glass ball. You can see how tough that is right there.
Charlie, yeah, you can see his frustration. He's hitting the back wall. I mean, just got to stay calm. Play the next point.
Good get.
Oh.
So one thing I would have loved to see Charles do there is the way he stayed off to the left. I think if he had moved over in front of Charlie right before he hit the shot and jumped, it would have put him in a lot better position to receive that shot.
Oh, good get.
It's a good one there.
Almost hit the ceiling. Oh. See the back, like it doesn't, you don't have to do all that extra. And that's the thing, a lot of these high school guys, they really put a lot of extra stuff in their backhand. And under pressure, like a big shot like that, you tend to like kind of tighten up. You missed that one, and that's tough. He had a really good position. Oh, good setup, man. He rolls it out.
Really good shot. He was super patient on that, and that really helped him shoot that. That's a really good time out there, even though he is in the service box. He needs to get some points here. And this is my one problem with rally scoring that we're seeing now implemented. I'll get back to that point right after these commercials.
I'm Carla Munoz and I play with passion.
I play to be a role model for the kids.
I play for the adrenaline.
I play for the love of the game.
So let's see if Charlie can mount a 5-point comeback here. He needs to get 5 before Charles can get 1. And the one thing I was going to say before we went to that commercial break was my one issue with rally scoring is these comebacks are a lot less possible with rally scoring, because if this was a rally scoring match, all Charles would need to do here is get a side out, and that would be the point in the match.
You know, I would agree with you, but again, I've also come back myself. So at Junior Olympics, I was down 9-3 rally scoring. 5th set to make the U.S. team, and I called timeout, talked to my dad, and my dad said to me, he said, "You've done this in practice," because we practiced me being down, and I came back and I won 12-10. I mean 9-3 rally scoring. He had to sign me out 2 times.
Yeah.
So you can say it's impossible, but
I didn't say it's impossible. It's just not probable.
It's not probable, but it's just about discipline. You know, you just don't look at it the same way, and I think focusing on the score, you just got to, when you're down a lot, you just got to be like, all right, every shot's going to be perfect. You know, not perfect. Don't try and do too much, but really focus in. You know,
well, and just make sure you're not the one. Although it's not very smart to change your game, you just have to make sure that you are not the one to lose the rally. Even if there are times where you might take a 50% shot, you might not want to take that 50% shot for instead that 80% shot, so that you're not skipping it or giving them a big setup.
You know,
I know that.
I remember from that match when I got back on the court, I think I hit about 5 winners into the forehand right corner. Like, I didn't stop shooting. I just started to become, like, set my feet a little more, just like little things. But I think if you haven't played a lot of matches and you're down, like, it can be tough. Like, well, these guys, I don't know if they've. And again, I've seen, like earlier today, JC was playing Luis, and Luis came back down like 14-7. I was repping the match.
I
A
like
lot of
that
guys.
box out.
Oh, good
I
shot.
like that box out by Charlie where even though there was contact, he played through it to
Playing
hit the
through it.
shot.
Smart,
'Cause
smart.
The guy was out of position as long as he hit the shot. And here comes the comeback. Let's see if
Oh, good serve.
this is his
14-0.
chance. Ooh.
It's mental. That's mental.
Now let's see how he can react to it. Does this
You
get him
dial it
down?
good to you or skip?
Skipped.
Just gotta focus. I don't know if he's timeout left, but gotta refocus. Wow.
What a great shot.
That's a dog.
You could see
You
the
hear the
Kerwood-
clapping.
You
Jeez.
could hear his teammates cheering him on.
There.
That's one thing that's really nice about high school nationals is if you are with the team, you have this big team here to support you, and that can
And
really
if you're
get
playing
energy.
against it. Oh. Oh, good shot. Wow,
Great pitch there.
these guys not folding either guy.
Nope. And there is no fear in their shots right now. They're hitting the same shots they're hitting at 0-0. It's really fun to watch. Interesting to see Charles go into a lob serve on first serve here.
Oh, he skips that one.
It did take a funny bounce. It kind of almost hit the crack between the door and the ground. So I think it just popped out a little bit different than he was expecting. Loose V.
Oh, you know what happened on that rally? That rally, if I had a loose shot like that on these walls, I would have just hit a 3-wall or something. I wouldn't have tried to shoot at that because it can be tough. It's a lot easier to miss. You got the stickers here. And I did that a couple times where I would force a shot instead of just trying to go up the ceiling.
Yeah.
That right there is what cost him
Well,
a
and
match point.
I think another thing that cost him the point before on his serve is he's choosing to hit lob serve on first serve, but then he's hitting it loose instead of trying to hit the perfect one on first serve, and then second serve you hit the loose one. With that great point, hopefully we see some more great of this game right after these commercials.
My backhand was on.
And we are back at the 2023 High School National Championship in Portland, Oregon. We are in Game 2. Charlie mounting that great 5-point comeback from Kerwood to win the first game. Again, this is the boys 4 gold final, Saturday night final for you guys here. And a great
Good shot. Now, if I'm Charles, things I would change. Just gotta stay mentally focused. You know, the last one he had a big lead, and you could see him kind of let up. Sometimes when the guys get to 14, there's all this pressure all of a sudden. You know, and you just gotta play through it.
I think Charles tried to overhit that shot. Oh, and he hits
Good
it anyway.
shot.
Great shot. I think on that backhand there, he could have just pushed it the other way because Charlie was on the ground and it would have been a lot more successful than trying to hit it as hard as he did, and then he accidentally hit it right back. There's a good lob out of Charles again.
Oh. Charles skips it.
Just loose footwork there. I think if he turned and then took one step to try and shoot it. If he turns and takes like one little hop to gather his feet, that could be a lot. He could have hit that shot a lot better.
Oh, on the skip. The thing with Charlie is he seems to just keep shooting. You know, I haven't really seen him like he shoots at everything.
That's it. I like that Z. plays
good.
especially into this corner. Because of this corner, it's really hard to know if it's going to go back wall, side wall, in which case it will spit out, or if it will go side wall and kind of ride the back wall. So playing that angle, which is a hard angle to identify if it's going to go into the corner or not, plays really well into the corner, which is hard to identify.
Scoreboard.
So as we were talking about earlier, things that separate fours from ones, because these guys are very good and playing very well. But is that second shot that Charles
Good
had after?
Z. Wow.
After his great Z. Same shot he had last rally.
You see, you can't hit the wall on that.
He's not able to put that away with his backhand. He's hitting these great serves that are getting you what you want for those 3-shot rallies. The serve,
You gotta put 'em away.
the serve, crappy return, kill, and he's just not hitting that kill well on these shots that he needs to be killing if he wants to play more successfully.
Oh, I would have held up there.
I would have held up there, or even not held up, but lightly tap it into the back of Charlie just to get the penalty hinder there. That's a nice Z there. That's a really good Z. I like that Z shot there. Kind of a different defensive shot, but it keeps a defensive-minded position there.
Good Z, sir.
I would like to see Charlie come forward to start trying to just cut those to the ceiling, because it looks like he's struggling when he's hitting the sidewall. So I think Charles hasn't shown any other serve from this position, so I think it would be beneficial for him to just start cutting it. Even if he thinks he can shoot it, just cut it to the ceiling.
This Z serve's nasty. I have a guy in my club who hits a serve like this, lefty. That is disgusting.
The one other trick you could pull out of the bag here, if you want to really try and cut that, is because he's not hitting anything else.
You just gotta hit at the ceiling.
You do, but
I don't think there's much else you can do with it.
As Charlie, because you're a forehand dominant player, clearly, the one thing you could try and do on that, at least once, to just spook Charles, is to run around it to his forehand side.
Yeah.
And at least see what you can do with it.
His forehand is a lot better.
And I think because Charles is showing with his shoulders and he's not hitting anything else.
Oh, that's the that's
Oh,
the
I think he got
dagger.
that.
That's the dagger.
I think he got that, but he didn't think he did. So I would have loved to see Charles. I know I'm the one to do this. Even if it's a really close 2-bounce, pop up and see what the ref gives you. I know it's nice to give the 2-bounce calls, but in a really tight match like this,
You got
good
that
get,
back.
good get.
Good
I like this
3-1.
around the world.
Reset.
Another one. A little bit sloppy. The ceiling ball there will
Reset.
come off the back ball. Ooh, but Charlie can't punish the sloppy one. Good timeout here. We'll be back right after this break.
Back here. Back action.
I'm interested to see what adjustments Charlie will make with that timeout, because if you're Charles' coach, you just say, keep doing what you're doing, man, you're doing great. We're up in the first game, lost it there, but now you're up again in the second game, just keep doing what you're doing. The onus is on Charlie to make the adjustment.
And you know what I think also? Sometimes when a guy's serving like this, or even like a crack, you can move up to the line and kind of scare him a little bit and make a miss hit.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking about. If you can run around to your forehand side there.
I would be stepping right around let's say 3 dashes over, and I'd be standing right there. I'd say, come on, buddy, hit it. You know, like that's like the little mental games in
Ooh,
racquetball.
good backhand kill there. He hit it
Good
low.
shot.
The line wasn't there, but he hit it low enough that it didn't matter. Interesting to see what serve he comes with here. Hasn't been in the service box for a while. Looks like we're going with a loose lobsy.
Loose. Good ceiling ball. Ooh, on that wall.
This is an
I still
opportunity.
haven't figured out that wall.
Ooh,
That
going
was-
for a ceiling ball?
Oh, he set him up. Good shot.
I think that was a shootable ball for Charles there. He just went with the ceiling ball and then hit a loose ceiling ball to compound, I think.
You know what I think? Another loose serve. I would try and get an avoidable right there. I would just stand right there and try.
I agree.
But
Just hit a back or hit an overhead kind of wide angle into the right wall because he would have to spin around for
yeah.
that.
I think, and also you notice right here, he's always going cross court.
That should be a penalty hinder. Ooh, replay. I don't agree with that call. I think that should have been a penalty hinder. He turned around. He already had his racket up. The ball was coming right into him. I think that should have been a penalty.
I agree. But I think notice just something I noticed with Charlie, like if I was coaching him, like when he gets up there, he has the line. The guy's on his back. Even if he misses the line, he's still behind him. And so I think Charlie, like an adjustment I would make is to not hit the cross court every time. Like sometimes he has to go down the line.
Yeah. Well, I think the other adjustment I would make with Charlie right now with the Z is all the defensive shots he's hitting is to Charles.
Good down the line.
That's
that's what I want. That's what I want him to shoot from over there when he's set up.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have to hit the cross. The cross court's easier to cover. It's easier to miss. I think he has to hit the line a little bit more. Oh, good shot. Good line.
I think that we'll see it again here, but on that Z, Charlie really is just flicking it straight up to the ceiling. But the problem is, because Charles is a lefty, that's to his forehand side, which is his much more dominant side. So I'd love to see Charlie try and just get a ball to Charles' backhand side so that he makes it a little bit tougher for Charles to do something on his third shot.
And you know, it's interesting because like these little adjustments, like how I would maybe even have his racket up, just things to toy with. I mean, that's just, it's part of racquetball.
Really loose,
you know. See, cross court, yeah, he can shoot the line. I've seen him hit it. I think he should go the line more. Like he leaves that one up.
Just a little bit.
It's kind of a loose rally. Oh.
I like Charlie calling 2 bounces on himself. I agree with that, and I like that he called it on himself. Commendable.
Good sport. You know, and in the shorts, like I get some. This isn't like some Team USA qualified. Like I like the sportsmanship by these guys. You know, they're not lying about calls, and that's the thing with the refereeing I've seen at this tournament. Like I like when there's a guy who can actually ref, so then guys are more willing to be honest. You know, like they're less likely to lie. They get to the back of the court. If they respect the ref, they're more likely to be honest. But if you have a lot of bad calls, then guys are more likely to take one call for themselves because the other guy just took the last call. You know, so I like the sportsmanship. I think it's good for racquetball when you see good sportsmanship. That was good. It was a solid serve. Give him a chance.
I think that was shootable, yeah. But I mean, he gets a point out of it, so.
That wall's a killer.
That's a really good serve there.
Good ceiling. Wow, that was perfect.
See what he can do with it.
You see, he gets these setups. He does it. He's really good with core control. He gets these setups. He just has to. Sometimes he just has to put those down. He just doesn't make the right choice.
Well, and on that one, he's hitting it where Charlie wasn't originally, so he just thinks he can push it down the line, but that is where Charlie is bull on running to. And I learned this from Fran Davis, where when you're looking back at that ball, if you don't see them behind you, just hit it behind you because they're not there.
Where is that? What part of the court?
So he could have hit cross court there because he was.
Where was he in the court? I can't remember the shot. Oh.
He was in the middle, and then Charlie was full on sprinting to the right side where he ended up hitting it.
Yeah.
And I think if he was looking back, if he was hitting that backhand, he could have seen Charlie moving over to know to just push it cross court at that point. Charlie mounting a little bit of a comeback here.
Charlie seems tough mentally. I like this kid's discipline. First game he was down 14-10, came back and won. Maybe he can do it again. Yeah, he doesn't give up.
Good line there, great get.
Oh. Oh, good get. Oh, that's the worst.
That is the one though where, again, as I mentioned earlier, I don't feel like he needed to leave his feet for that. I think if he had just taken one step forward, it would have actually been on his forehand, and he could have actually taken a forehand shot with it instead of reacting to that. But I do know the feeling of thinking the ball is going to be lower than it is and diving because you think you have to.
And a lot of that has to do with just watching the ball first and not trying to dive too early. I do that sometimes too.
Especially when you're that far up in the court, it's really hard to. So the score is 10-8. Good timeout. We'll be right back with you after these commercials. And we are back. Served by Charlie. Good defense. Good get off the back wall. Probably a stealing ball here.
Yeah. Oh,
Set
I
up.
thought I was going to skip.
Ooh, overhit there by Charlie.
Oh, but these walls. Oh, good shot.
I think
Charlie is tough.
Yeah, I think though that is one where if Charles had ran a little, I don't like doing this, but if he had ran a little bit more into Charles, he could have gotten a hinder out of that instead of having to run around him and then dive for it in a more comfortable manner.
Just gotta stay calm. Can't lose his focus. You gotta kind of dial back in. He seems to be kind of a little bit. He was working. Oh, he's a setup here.
Good pinch, good get. Just needs to push it. Really smart shot from Charles. The one thing I would love to see Charles do in response to that Z is run around to his forehand side and just hold up. Because I think if Charlie's not moving very quick out of the way of it, and I think if you hold up for it, you could get a penalty hinder out of it.
Good serve. Oh, you gotta shoot that. You gotta set up down the line.
Yeah.
You see, I think he has a tendency, Charles, and he's smart, but he has a tendency to almost overshoot the ceiling balls.
Yeah.
Just a tad too much. He's got to be a little more aggressive. Oh, again, you see, he has a
I kind of like that one because that would have gone into the corner weird, but
he's smart. He forces a skip.
Really big overhit there, I think, from Charlie. Where that ball is, I
got
think.
to set his feet. He
Got
kind
to
of
set
lost
his
his feet a little bit.
Yeah.
We all do that sometimes.
Not hit it as hard as he tried to there. Because he just needed the line with where Charles was.
Ceiling. Oh, he gets the ceiling.
3-wall. Good ceiling ball here.
Oh.
Good.
Really hit that forehand hard.
One thing I have noticed about Charlie right now is Charlie is not in that corner liking to just go to his backhand and take a backhand on shots off of that back wall. He's really trying to just forehand it off of the back wall as a reset. And I think if he was a little bit more aggressive, really good jam there. Here comes your setup. Cross court.
That was close. I don't know.
It's really hard to call from up there.
I don't know from that.
I like the let's go sell though.
Yeah,
I have to appreciate the let's go sell from Charlie.
Smart. Probably learned that from one of the Stockton guys. Did that first. where they say "Let's go." You ever seen stock? That's where it started from. The fist bump.
Yeah, the Vamos fist pump.
Little Fran Davis racquetball for you. Oh, steps over the line too.
Yeah, I think that was encroachment as well as.
He's got to stay calm. See, like hitting the ball, and I notice this with players. You got to come to the next point. Hitting the ball against the back wall.
I'll do it lightly just to get it back, but I won't hit it hard to get my anger out or anything.
It's a negative self-talk that can get you sometimes.
Good shot.
Good shot.
I think it's important. This is a thing, as I play college baseball, and I think this can be transferred over to racquetball. It's that racquetball is a sport that should be played at high focus and medium intensity. Because if your intensity gets up too high, I think that
you miss too much.
You miss too much. Whereas if you stay at a medium intensity, you still are able to hit these shots you want to hit, get amped up in the right spots. The racquetball requires high focus to hit these shots.
I think with intensity, I think you have high intensity, but I think once the rally starts, you just dial back and you're relaxed and you're calm.
Yeah. And you need high focus though.
Yeah, your focus has to always be disciplined.
You will tend to find if your intensity is high, you will tend to find your focus start to drop.
Good shot. And you notice when I play, sometimes like you see me kind of climb myself up, and that's because sometimes I get lazy a little bit on the court. You know, especially when I'm up, I get lazy, and so I have to kind of That's always been a thing I've continued to work on, is to kind of keep focusing in and not getting lazy, because I get lazy with my feet sometimes. So. Oh, ceiling ball again. He's just going to keep doing that.
I would love to see him. We've got to get ceiling ball out of that, but one thing I'd love to do, because I understand why he doesn't want to take his forehand on that, but run around and take a backhand on that and just pound it into the corner, because that ball's coming in at a great angle to get that shot. Great serve.
Oh, good serve.
Good get. Probably a ceiling ball here.
Oh, he has to move up more. Yeah,
to the forehand
laziness.
is dangerous, too.
Oh, good shot.
Good get. Pops up.
Ceiling.
Great reset off of that dive,
wall.
too.
Okay. That's one way to go.
Loose backhand, but sends it up to the ceiling on the forehand side here. Like to see the plane through contact, though. A little bit of bumping.
Down the... Oh, he hits him. That's avoidable.
No. I think that was going to the sidewall first.
Really? It looked like it straight into me.
I think if anything, that's a point, because I don't know if that ball is going to make it to the front wall.
I
think it looks like he rolled way over it, but it's just me. It looks like he's going to shoot it here.
You notice also right there with Charlie, when you see him, a lot of guys, when they come and hit off the back wall from low, they tend to kind of come up on the ball, and that's why you see the ball hit the side
loose
wall.
line.
And so it's a lot of, that's just work, hitting ceiling balls that come off a little bit, and then noticing
the crack ace to win it.
Good serve. What a match.
As you were saying, the one thing I love to do on that is hit a cross-court backhand, because it stops you from popping up, because you have to stay down with your shoulders to get that cross-court. That was a great match.
What a game. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the fours. I haven't really seen any match other than once, but that was better than my expectations.
And I think that's the first final. So Kirkwood High School will have your first national champion of the weekend here in boys fours gold. We'll be right back with some more